Okay, so for this video, first off, I have chosen Bloom's Taxonomy of Learning as my theory for this lesson. Dr. Benjamin Bloom promoted the usefulness of using higher forms of thinking in education rather than relying on just memorizing things or rote learning. This applies to the lesson I'm about to do, fermenting chicken feed, because learning and teaching isn't just about the how, but it's also about the why. It needs to make sense. Through his domains or categories, whoever owns chickens or maybe knows someone who owns chickens and would like to help them out will gain the knowledge, skills, and the attitude to make fermented chicken feed. So let's get started. All right, so this is my setup over here. And as you can see, I have two jars already started with some fermented feed. So we are gonna make jar number 3. With fermented feed, you want to start with a clean jar. So this is what I have here. Rule of thumb for feed, for layers, is 1 cup of feed per bird. The nice thing about fermented feed, because you're adding water and those grains are going to expand, you're actually saving half. So I have 15 birds right now, so we're going to do 7.5 scoops of my layer feed. So I'm going to open my bin here, and I've got my scoop. This scoop's about 1 cup. So I'm going to do 7.5 scoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the half. Okay, I'm gonna put my lid back on. With fermented feed, this is all you need to do. And you need a little spatula and some water. You do not want to use tap water. We have a well, so we're using well water. Distilled water is great. You don't want those chemicals because it can counteract the bacteria that is needed, like when you ferment food. So you're gonna pour some water over your feed. Now you can use, these are pellets. You can use scratch feed. You can use whole grains. You can do whatever. So fill it up to about 1 to 2 inches above the feed. And you just wanna mix that all in. So every grain is gonna basically be coated with some water. So give it a nice stir, just like that. So all your grains are good to go, or all your feed, sorry. And then you wanna cover it. Again, you want about 1 to 2 inches of water above the food, because that's going to expand. So that's going to absorb that water. And when it absorbs, you do not want mold growing, which can happen if it's not covered. So glass jar, plastic jar, do BPA free one, that's fine. Lid goes on. Do not screw the lid all the way shut. You want to leave it a little bit open so those gases can be have a place to go while it's fermenting. So I'm going to place this here because this is day 1. This is day 2. This is day 3. You want to ferment your chicken feed 2 to 3 days. So tomorrow morning, my chickens will get this feed. Then the next day, and then that 3rd day, this one will be ready to go. So twice a day, you want to mix the feed for your chickens. So that is here. So the benefits of fermenting chicken feed. The biggest thing is this, and you can see already here. So tonight, when I stir this, I'm going to add some more water. So it's already absorbed that water. So look at this. This is 1 day difference in the fermented feed. So just like other fermented food like yogurt, kimchi, kombucha, fermented food produces lactobacillus, which is a good bacteria for your gut. So that is fantastic for the chickens. It makes the nutrients more readily available in their food because it's water-based. It's actually good for them for their water consumption. It aids in digestion. It's half the feed cost. One of the other biggest reasons, happy chickens equals happy eggs, which you're gonna get from your fermented feed. So there you go. This is how to make fermented chicken feed.